What's good, everybody? It's your boy PLAX back again with another WNBA video, and in this video I'll be doing my best to try to explain and answer the question of what is happening to Liz Cambage. In November of 2021, Liz Cambage launched an OnlyFans account, which is perfectly fine. Get your money where you get your money. But it also shines light on a bigger issue that WNBA players are simply not paid enough for their services. Now, I've spoke about this before, and yes, I understand they don't make as much revenue, as the NBA players. But that still doesn't remedy the fact that they're underpaid for the services that they do and the money that they earn. I believe this also played a part in Liz being vocal about Becky Hammon's $1 million coach contract. I actually made a video about that, and I found another quote from Liz during this time. She was quoted saying, "Little girls, guys, anybody can look at her and say, she's just like me. A small basketball player who's retired. She got the job and she's making $1 million. I can do that too." That was really important to me to bring in that kind of value. So what I got from that is she's not a happy camper. And if you watch my other Becky Hammon video, you will see her original quote. And it just adds on to the fact that she wasn't happy about that situation. And I'm sure a lot of other WNBA players weren't happy as well. Again, Becky Hammon making $1 million to head coach the Las Vegas Aces is big time for the WNBA and for women in sports in general. But it still comes off as a slap in the face to the players when they're making 4 times less than that and they're basically putting in more work. Though that whole situation, the OnlyFans and the being upset about Becky Hammon's contract, I can completely understand, but it starts to get a little shaky the further we go down the list. So I don't know the exact timetable on this, but Liz Cambage is Australian, and she is a part of the Australian national team. I don't think she is anymore, but at least she was. The Australian national team was having a scrimmage with the Nigerian national team, and apparently the Australian national team was down, which caused, for some reason, Liz to become more physical. She began throwing elbows and pushing and different things like that, and calling people names and different things like that, which I understand being competitive, but it also doesn't really make too much sense when we're just having a scrimmage. But, you know, people get physical, and that's okay. The issue came where a Nigerian player, I believe, started getting physical back or something along those lines, and a fight ensued, and Liz slapped the girl in the face. Punches were thrown. They had to be separated. But upon separation, Liz was quoted calling the Nigerian players monkeys and told them that they need to go back to their third world country. Quoted by multiple players, her own teammates, coaches, the Nigerian players, of course. And that is something that I can't co-sign or find a silver lining for. She just was out of pocket, and that was completely unnecessary. You don't call anybody monkeys, but especially not African people or African American people or anybody like that. This caused more of an issue with her LA Sparks teammates, because a couple of her teammates are also Nigerian descent. So I'm assuming when they heard this, they were also not happy campers. But the issues with the LA Sparks didn't end there. She began to have beef with certain players, I'm assuming guards, because she felt that they weren't giving her enough touches in the paint, which in turn those players responded to her, "You're not getting good enough position and you're not even getting back on defense, so why would we reward you for not playing defense and not getting position?" Which again caused Liz to argue and fight and get angry with her teammates. She also ruffled some feathers on the team by trying to wear retired jerseys purposely. And then most recently, I found out that she has burnt a lot of bridges in the WNBA. So her career in the WNBA may be over, and she will be focusing on her modeling career and DJing. That is unfortunate because Liz Cambage is one of the greatest WNBA players I've ever seen. I am personally a Liz Cambage fan. Not just one of my favorite WNBA players, but one of my favorite basketball players, period. But I can't co-sign some of her actions that she's had as of late. Could some of her actions be due to her feeling unappreciated or undervalued by the WNBA and the fans and things of that nature? Yes. But there are better ways to handle your emotions than feeling that way. And I feel like as an adult, she should be able to do that and figure that out. This still adds on to the issue that WNBA players are mistreated and undervalued and underappreciated. But this isn't the way to handle it, by getting kind of blackballed out of the league. That is definitely not the way to handle it. Hopefully, she could get some help. She can find peace, and she can figure out what her issues have been and are, and work through them, and we can see Liz back on the WNBA team sometime soon, because she's still really young. She's only 30 years old, basically still in the prime of her career. I just would hate to see someone in their prime have it kind of waste away. Not that she won't make any money, because again, she's a beautiful woman. So modeling will work out perfectly for her. I don't know too much about her DJing career or anything like that, but I just would prefer to see her as a basketball fan. I would prefer to see her on the basketball court doing what she does best. But again, hopefully Liz can find peace, figure things out, and come back as soon as possible. Alright guys, that was it. If you have any opinions or any other news that I might not have covered, or just want to have a conversation with me about this topic specifically, comment down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and make sure you hit that ding bell so you know every time I drop a video. I was trying something a little new with this WNBA video. I didn't really have a script like I usually do. I just had a couple notes and I was just going off that. Let me know if you like that. Let me know if you like the scripted WNBA videos a little bit better, and I'll stick to that. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I love you guys. Peace.